Hey everyone, my name is Catherine and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I am not home right now. I'm actually in Chile in South America, specifically Santiago, Chile. And I'm actually back. It is the end of technically day 2 and I am only now starting this video, so I apologize. But it's been such like a hectic couple of days and I'm tired, but I wanted to introduce this video. I did get some clips from earlier today, but if you haven't seen any of my previous videos, I'm actually doing a 6-week trip and I'm comprising it with like 4 different parts. But I am doing a EF Ultimate Break trip, which is a tour company I talk about all the time for people between the ages of 18 to 35. And I'm doing their Patagonia trip. So it starts in Santiago, Chile, which is where I am right now. And then we're going to fly down to different cities along Patagonia from Chile and eventually into Argentina, and then we're going to fly back up to Buenos Aires, Argentina. And then the other tour that we're doing is actually a cruise to Antarctica, which I'm very excited about. That is the last 2 weeks, and then the EF trip is about 2 weeks. I'm actually here early with my friend because looking at the itinerary of this trip, the first city, Santiago, and the last city, Buenos Aires, we're just there one night each. So really you would fly in and then fly, like maybe have a walking tour and like welcome dinner or something, and then you fly out the next day, because this Patagonia trip with EF is really just like a nature-based hiking tour, which is great, but both of us have never been to Argentina or Chile. So we wanted to get here a little bit early and then stay back a little bit late to be able to see these cities. So that's why we are here. Today it is February 6th and we got here yesterday morning, and the tour starts technically February 8th, but everyone's flying from the United States to here, so that's going to take a whole day. So more so starts the 9th. And then it ends, I think, around like the 19th, and our Antarctica cruise only starts the 1st, but we can't align everything perfectly. So we're gonna have like almost 2 weeks in Buenos Aires, but I think it'll be nice to also have some time to just relax. I wanna have a few days to really just chill. For my tour, it's gonna be solo with my friend a couple of days in Santiago, Chile, the EF Ultimate Break Patagonia trip, and then solo a couple days in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and then Antarctica, and then we fly home. So I actually just booked the hotel that EF is providing us for the first night. That way we don't have to like repack everything and move when the trip starts. I've just kind of learned that's the easiest thing to do, and then extending the last hotel. So I'll give you a little hotel tour. But as for what we've done so far, we flew February 4th from Seattle to Atlanta and then Atlanta to Santiago. And by the time I got here, it was February 5th at like 7 a.m. And yesterday we were so tired. I was like, maybe we could do something, but really we didn't. We got here, by the time we got to the hotel, we napped for like 5 hours, and then we just like walked around a little bit, got dinner, came back, and then woke up and had today. And we had some scares with like, I learned my lesson. If you are in a airport, just take an Uber or an official taxi service that have like official stand or section of the airport or like a logo, because there's all these men asking for like if we need a taxi, and I normally say no, but we just went along with it, and he ended up like trying to charge our cards an insane amount of money, and our banks flagged it and declined it and then restricted our accounts, both my friend and I. We got here safely, thankfully, and used cash, but it was a whole thing. So everything's fine. But yeah, so we did that, napped, and then today we started out with a bike tour, which was a lot of fun, so I got footage from that. And then we ended up, what else did we do? We did the hop on hop off bus, and we took a cable car up to the top of San Cristobal Mountain. We also got off one of the stops on the hop on hop off bus and did a mall little excursion, and then walked back here. And because we walked everywhere, that all took a long time. So it's 9 p.m. We have McDonald's for dinner because I'm exhausted. So now let's play the clips from earlier today. up on this hill. You can see the river and just really pretty views of the city. So it's a good workout, and we're doing this in the morning before it's too hot. So after the bike tour and the market, we did the hop-on hop-off bus, and I feel like a lot of people hate on the hop-on hop-off buses because they're just found throughout the world, but I find that they're a really good way to get a quick and initial introduction to a new city, especially if you're doing it solo, on your own. And I really enjoyed this one. I got to sit on a bus for 2-3 hours, go around the city. It was nice to see and people watch from up above, and it was a beautiful day. And we stopped by at the mall mid bus ride and got to see adorable rabbits and guinea pigs at this pet store, and we went to a couple of other shops as well. I'm here at the mall. The hop-on hop-off bus tour, one of the stops is this mall, and apparently it's like the biggest one in Santiago. And now I'm in a bookstore, you can kind of tell, and it's so interesting to see all these books that I've read, but that they're in Spanish, except they all have like plastic wrapping, which I don't understand why, but it's interesting to see the same books but in a different language. Like, I've read this one by Ali Hazelwood. This one I want to read, Christine Lauren. Oh, I've read this one. The series is really good. And yeah, got some Emily Henry. And then there's Fourth Wing over there, which I think is so funny. Not all of them have this plastic wrapping. This one doesn't. I read this book too, but I like how it feels. Like, I like the, I don't know, it's like different than the American one. It's like paperback, but it's more tough, and there's the flap. I don't know. I just feel like I like how the formatting of this book is more. After the mall stop, we got back on the bus and finished the route, and then we ended up going up this cable car situation up San Cristobal Mountain, which this ticket is included in our hop-off, hop-on bus, and it was absolutely beautiful. The weather was gorgeous. It was a little bit of a trek to get up, but we made it and we got these incredible views. I'm at the top of a mountain, and yeah, it's very pretty. I think this is San Cristobal Park, and yeah, this is how it is looking like. Now we're back after showing you the clips. So this is what the room looks like. We're staying at Nova Park, and we're downtown, but like not super downtown. So it's pretty nice because it's not super loud. There's like protests kind of going on. They're peaceful, but we can't hear them. We're like far away enough, but we're still pretty central, and we're in the arts district, which is cool. All right, so this is the door. We got a little mirror, and then place to hang up some jackets. We got little cubbies, which is pretty nice. And then because there's two of us, there are two beds. So that is my friend's bed, and we've got this like area that's all her stuff, so I won't go into it, but this is all my stuff. I really struggled to pack, but I'm going with my backpack and then this suitcase, which now looks a little bit jumbled because I've been here for 2 days now, but yeah. And this is my bed, a little twin bed, chargers. It's really just like just enough of like what you need. 2 beds, a TV, good lighting, window, and that like blocks out enough of the light. And then we have the bathroom. So this is the bathroom, also pretty standard. A shower, a toilet, and then the sink and all of the toiletries. I've never had a sink with such intense like power or pressure, so it always scares me. But yeah, that is what this is looking like. I'm probably looking a bit rough because I'm tired. I've walked, like looking at my Apple Watch, I've walked 17,000 steps today, maybe 18,000 at this point because I checked a little bit ago. And bike riding, and you know, we didn't get sleep flying, and I always sleep horrible the night before flight, so I didn't sleep well the night before my flight. And then on my flight, I didn't sleep. I tried. That travel pillow I showed in my video for packing, it helped, but still difficult. And then I got here, and Santiago is 5 hours ahead of West Coast time or Pacific time. And then we slept for 5 hours during the day. And then I went to bed pretty quickly and easily in the evening last night, but then I woke up early in the morning. It was still pitch black out and couldn't go back to bed. So I don't even know how many hours I got this past night, but I guess that makes sense. If you sleep for 5 hours during the day, being able to sleep for 8 hours in a couple hours after that 5 hour nap is a bit unlikely. But yeah, that has been the day. Hey everyone, it is the next day. I was so tired last night, so sorry if that was an abrupt ending at all. But today is Wednesday, January 7th, and today we are going horseback riding. So I need to get downstairs pretty much now so that I can leave and be there on time to meet the guide. But I found this 3 or so hour horseback riding tour on Airbnb. So we have a couple of days, like I mentioned, before our EF tour starts. So this video is just gonna be us doing our thing in Santiago. But we have the horseback riding from about 9 to 1, and then I think we're just gonna do some stuff around the city, maybe the observation tower. I think that would be fun because Santiago, fun fact, has the tallest building in South America. So I'm thinking and assuming they have an observation tower. I saw something online about one, so we're gonna do that. And yeah, let's just bring you along for the day. So let's go. Hey everyone, I am now at the horseback riding place. I found this place on Airbnb. We're just getting saddled up right now and doing bathroom breaks and everything. And we're gonna be riding for like 2 hours. So I'm pretty excited. It's been probably like a year plus for me, but I grew up going to horse camps. So it'll be fun to do this. Look at this little guy. Hey newsies. We are up in like the mountains of Chile. It took us like 20 minutes to get to the meeting point by our Uber, and then 20 minutes to get here by the actual tour guide driving us. So he said it only takes like 20 minutes to get out of the city, which is pretty nice. And yeah, I'm excited.
And confident. And to hold the reins, we use one hand. Not too long, not too short, medium, same length on each side. Okay, either left or right. Your other hand, you can grab the saddle, your leg, whatever.
We're horseback riding. Oh, my helmet is lopsided. Finished with the ride. Your face is too big for the frame. You want a picture with him? I'm trying to get him in my little shot. Hey, horsey. Do you want to say hi? In my sunglasses. Hi. Look at him. I love this view. Look at that snoot. You can just boop it. You have to boop that snoot so good. There's a lot of flies. Oh, he's so cute. Thanks, buddy. You were great. All right, everyone, I'm done horseback riding. I'm down in the bathroom, gonna wash my hands. And my legs always hurt so badly after horseback riding because I ride maybe like once every year and a half, 2 years, just when I'm traveling. I used to do like summer horse camp as a high schooler and middle schooler, but I'm way past high school, so I'm just trying to stretch out my legs. I'm not gonna lie, I've had times where I was riding in the past and the horse would like bolt or something would happen, and I've thankfully never fallen off. But I think a little bit of that like trauma and fear was going on in my head. throughout this ride, but luckily everything was fine, so we did it. And yeah, I don't understand, like, can you see how many calories it says I burned? I have a hard time believing that that's how much you burn while horseback riding, because it is a workout, but you're more so sitting. I don't know, but I put in equestrian, so we'll see. But that is the ride. I'm gonna wash my hands, and then we're gonna get back to the city and maybe do like an observation tower. I'm on the top of Sky Costanera, I believe, the tallest building in South America. I have my sunglasses on because it's quite bright, but there's this Sky Open Lounge, as you can see behind me, and yeah, pretty cool. So just taking a walk around and seeing the sights. You can see the mountains and the buildings, and it's pretty awesome. I also don't remember if I mentioned, but this is the tallest building in South America, and we went up 60 floors. I feel like this is more than 60 floors, but as you can tell, compared to the other buildings, this building is massive. So as you can tell, that's all the other buildings. There's that mountain range, and we're way up here. See, that's the top of another building, so we're more so in comparison, like down there, kinda. Look how small those cars are. It's so fun to see that. Hey everyone, I'm now back in the hotel, and it is about 7:20. We wanted to have an earlier time to get back, and honestly 7:20 is, I guess, earlier compared to like the 9 p.m. or later that we have done the last 2 days. But it's not, honestly, not even that early when you think about it. It's pretty much like dinner time. It's still light out because, again, it is summer here. So it feels like it's not that late. But we've had such a long day, as you've seen so far. We woke up, got ready, and then we tried to get an Uber to go to the horse place, and our Uber canceled on us. And then our second Uber was like having a hard time finding us. And we're learning quickly here in Chile that not many people speak English. Even the hotel reception has a hard time understanding us. So the language barrier has been quite like strong, I guess, or thick. I've been to a couple of other countries in South America, and definitely Chile, I've had the hardest time with the language barrier. But we finally got a Uber, and we just in the nick of time made it to the horse place. Like, we were supposed to meet in like a parking lot of the museum, and they were driving out, the tour guide with the other guests for that ride for the day were driving out of the parking lot as we found them. So we were in the nick of time. It was just one of those things, like, we tried so hard, but we can't control Ubers canceling on us or taking like I checked, and it was like a 5-minute wait time, and we ended up waiting way longer, and all that. But the horseback riding was good. I was a little paranoid, like I mentioned earlier, because I've had times, I've never fallen off a horse, thankfully, but I've had times where horses have bolted on me or this or that, and so I was a little scared, and we were like going up some steep terrain. But overall it was good, and I'm realizing why things are earlier in the day, because it's summer here, it gets quite hot, and I think I got a little sunburnt because I put on sunscreen once on my arms but never put it on again. But we did the horse riding, and then that was from the tour was from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., but that included driving and everything. So the actual riding itself, I think, was around like 2 hours. And then we ended up going to the Costanera Mall. I don't think I'm saying that right. It is a massive mall, like 5 stories, and connected to it is an observation tower, which you also saw me talk about. The tallest building in South America, which is pretty cool. So I'm glad we got to do that. That was on my list, that mall and that observation tower to do during our free time. And then after the observation tower, we just went around the mall a little bit. We had a late lunch, and now we're back, and I might like Uber Eats. I've seen Uber Eats drivers around here dinner just because we are so tired. I've walked over 15,000 steps today, and tomorrow we have a tour at Valparaiso. I don't think I'm saying that right, but there's been forest fires here. So I contacted my tour guide to see if it's still happening. I've not heard anything about it not happening, but I've just heard the forest fires are really bad. So I don't know how comfortable I feel with like my safety, but also like going somewhere on tour where that's happening. But it's less than 24 hours at this point, and we just landed in Chile like 3 days ago, so we didn't know there were forest fires. I pre-booked this because it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's like the top thing to do. So we'll see how that goes. I'm trusting at this point with like the tour guide that they know what they're doing, and if it's not canceled and still happening, that they feel comfortable taking us. But yeah, and then the day after that, my EF tour starts, and I'm just gonna have a chill day, hopefully do some laundry, catch up on computer work, and in the evening have the welcome dinner. So that is the update. I'm probably just gonna see you all tomorrow, either on that tour or a free day, depending on what happens. But as of now, like almost 8 p.m., I've not heard about any cancellations. So yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've been enjoying this so far. I'm trying to film in public for you all, but it can be hard still for me a lot of the times. But yeah, so okay, I'm gonna go and see you tomorrow.